I've been drinking water for some time, picking up the parts of all my life. Didn't get to solve it this time. How am I to break apart? Don't tell me why we can't collide. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Don't you feel it? Don't you feel it? On the break of dawn, I'll follow you to carry on. On the break of dawn, I'll follow you to carry on. I was seeing farther in dark skies, bringing me for fire, not for a time. Follow my heart and deny. Show you how I play my part. Ghosts in the night don't justify the love we lost, the love we hide. Don't you feel it? Don't you feel it? On the break of dawn, I follow you to carry on. On the break of dawn, I'll follow you to carry on.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to TeamODZ Live. Thankfully, I did not go live there before Rick had finished talking about his butt.
Yes, butt talk. Yeah, it was only 14 weeks or hours last week, so. But I did do 2 back-to-back big rides. Not super bad. It's just getting used to having a sore butt all the time.
Yeah,
And I have one set of bibs that, for some reason, cuts me up now. And I don't know why. It's about time for some new ones. Why am I not seeing the chat?
I don't know. What did you break now?
It's just the way I'm like reducing the screen size, but it's not working with me. I don't know why.
So we've already ridden the Neon after party this morning, so now we're on the LaGuardia Loop after party.
Don't do that. So annoying. Why? Why does the Google Chrome window work for me sometimes and not others?
I don't know. Why are you using Google Chrome?
Well, because Twitch likes it. That's about it.
Yeah, I would never consider using a browser where the organization that created it makes money off knowing more about you than you know about you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The party works fine. Sometimes Google Chrome works well, and other times it's like I try to reduce the window down so that I can keep Discord up, but just see the chat box.
Yeah. I've got another monitor here to where have I put it? There it is. I've got another monitor here to get hooked up. I need to get a really long HDMI cable, and then I can make use of it.
I was hoping I had another monitor.
I also need to figure out where I'm going to put it.
Heidi has another, or with her new job, she works from home once in a while, and so they bought like a whole setup for her. And I saw essentially a smaller version of my display of my monitor came, and I was like, ooh, are you planning on using that? But I have a place for that. Well, I don't really, but I could find a place for that. And it sat there for the longest time, and then finally yesterday she cleaned up a space for that to go. So she got a really cool desk, one of those adjustable desks.
Yeah.
You can stand up at it. I've never actually used one of those, and of course, you know, first thing I did was I played with it. It lifts up and down so effortlessly. It's great. It's like push button and keeps track of where it's at, so you can find your actual number. If I got a desk like that, I'd spend like 2 days readjusting it. Then eventually I'd get.
You would, wouldn't you? That would be Rick all over. And about a month later, this doesn't feel right. I'm getting pain in my shoulder.
If you get something that has an electric motor and is adjustable and it runs so smoothly like that, I mean, I feel like it's a waste if you're not using it. Like, I'm happy I don't have that in my saddle. That'd be horrible, because I would be adjusting it a lot. Be making adjustments on the go, and I would probably hurt myself.
Well, I've just had a message pop up saying I've got 100 kilometers until my next upgrade on the Dogma here. So I'm halfway towards my first upgrade.
Ooh, so this is an improvement so far. Whoa, never mind. And then it goes. I'm gonna say my heart rate right now at this power, I think this is an improvement, but then it popped up. But
Yeah,
I think it's still.
I'm gonna have to go and get something to eat here.
It's a good sign today.
All right, you're in charge for a bit.
Okay. Is this where I roll out the TV cart and put on a movie?
Well, it's entirely up to you what you do. Just don't talk about butts again, okay? Hey there, Nick.
Okay.
Keep Rick company for a minute. I'm just gonna go and get something to eat.
All right, class. Time to watch a video. We're gonna learn about the birds and the bees today.
look, just because I'm not here doesn't mean I can't hear you.
Oh,
We'll have no birds and bees.
You came running back like, wait, what's he putting on here? He just saw that. I don't think it's gonna work, Nick. But that's a great idea. How's the weather there, Nick? Oh yeah. There's something wrong with your mic, Frank, is a classic for sure. Ooh. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but it almost looks like what I've been doing might be working out. This is the first time I've been at 140 at 200 watts in a while. Really? You have a yellow ball in the sky? I think we had that here yesterday. It was 0 degrees out, but we did have the orange ball. I'm sure you're going through the same kind of weather where it's, you know, like Saturday, we hit, I'd say we got up to like 12, 13 degrees Celsius, and then Sunday, and it was sunny. Very nice day. And then Sunday it was still sunny, so I'm sure it fooled a lot of people when they walked out in a light sweatshirt to find out that it was actually 0 degrees out. And then today, now it's negatives. It's 18 degrees Fahrenheit, so whatever that is Celsius. I must be getting down to like what, -5 or something.
Minus 7.8.
And then it's supposed to snow today. But then it'll warm back up right around 5 degrees. And so it should have melted off pretty quickly.
No, Nick, Rick, this is where you tell me my microphone isn't working, right? But the thing is, I can monitor my mic, so.
Did you just say something, Andy?
You can talk to yourself, or what are you saying?
Yep, I can talk to myself. I can argue with myself, Uber. I quite often do. The good thing about that is you always win. You always lose as well, though.
There's a Canadian patent on a wireless microphone for surfers on acid, so that they can talk to themselves and calm themselves down.
Thank you, Nick. I was going to say that. I see your mouth moving, but I can't hear you, Andy.
Yeah, it's because I'm munching on cookies.
Double-check your microphone. Oh, you should have grabbed some cookies while you were gone. Do you have any cookies, Andy?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm destroying them now.
I'm done. All right. I'll stop now. Gig is up. Since you announced that the gig was up when you first showed up.
What would be really funny now is if I muted Rick on Discord.
I'd know, because I can monitor that.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know if it was me that had done it or if you had a problem.
Oh wow, I should have done a little mobility work yesterday. I need to get back on my strengthening. I've been a little slacking on that lately to try to save time. It's amazing how when you're really trying to focus on riding, it's tough to like fit in 30-minute slots for strengthening. And then 15-minute slots for stretching and mobility.
Sounds like diversions to me.
This zone 2 feels very zone 2-y today. Or, well, less zone 2-y, I guess I would say, than normal. But man, my heart rate is really staying within zone, and I like it. A little high, but it's showing some progress. Driving up my fatigue gradually, and now bringing it lightly back down is the right move.
So Nick,
Hey, it's
well, Owen knows, but Nick, I 3D printed all the parts to make a Dalek over the weekend, and it's quite the Dalek.
Yeah. Well, why is my heart rate going up now?
Hey there, Bobby. Thanks for liking the stream, my friend.
I'm extremely uncomfortable. So good news. I know you guys have been waiting for this news. The University of Maine hockey team are champs of the America East Hockey League.
It's I just sent you a photograph, Nick. It's about 6 inches high. They're about 6 or 7 inches high in all.
So now they go to the tournament and they have a chance to play Cornell again, which is Tom Best's team.
And he's got a friend.
Last year we had a little, it wasn't really a competition, but we were definitely talking to each other the entire game.
Yeah. So I started making the Marvin quite a while ago on my old 3D printer, but there were some parts that didn't print very well on it, so got a new printer and printed the bad parts, and well, so I finished Marvin off. Yeah. And yeah, the Dalek, well, that took quite some doing. I only super glued my fingers to him 4 times, that's all. So Owen, we're on the Dogma. I've got 100k in for the Dogma now. I couldn't finish the ODZ entry yesterday. I had to leave it early. So they had to do their own thing for the last half hour. So I've just ridden the new Makuri route. I'm on the new New York route now, and I got my 100k in on the Dogma. Well, halfway towards the first upgrade.
I gotta run up the stairs so that I don't lose.
Nice work, Nick. Yeah, that's a mean route, is that? The climb at the end. I rode it to get the route badge as soon as it was available, and I planned on joining a big spin. And that was the first one. And I was watching the time and I'm thinking, I'm not going to make this. I'm not going to make this. I made it into the big spin with 30 seconds to spare, having done the entire climb at over 4 watts a kilo at the finish there. I really didn't want to ride that hard.
There. Got my heart rate up.
Just from hearing Andy talking, or
I had to go do some stuff. And
Yeah.
So in
Yeah,
the
the-
process, I just kept running. And I stepped it.
Yeah, the talk of 4 watts a kilo increased his heart rate by 10 beats a minute.
yes,
Oh, no, not 4 watts a kilo.
Zone 2 workouts are, well, that and like over-unders are the ones I don't like to have to stop in the middle of.
No. So I did it in 145, I think, Nick. And I did it 2.5 watts a kilo, most of it. And then, like I said, upped it for the climb so that I could try and finish it. But could have just took it easy and joined the next big spin.
Saturday was a wild day of watching races.
Yeah.
First I was watching Milano San Remo, and that was crazy. That was insane watching Matthew Vanderpool like actually be like his job was to make sure he was in for the sprint at all costs. To just make sure he covered whatever Pogacar did, and he did beautiful. That was insane watching that. Because usually that guy, he doesn't get to show, like in the tour, he doesn't get to show what he's really capable of. When really, I think he'd be a great
who's stopping
tour
him?
rider.
I mean, he doesn't ride any races, so
His durability is like just off the charts. It's insane.
the women's was much more beautiful. So, world champ Kopecky closes, and her sprinter, which is a local from here,
Yeah.
takes the win. That was nice teamwork.
Yeah. And then the men's racing and women's racing for the Zwift games. Men's race was crazy just with how much was happening. Like the finish was it was a runaway, but there was just so much going on. Those guys were racing so hard. There was attacks constantly for the first flatter half of it,
Uh-oh.
times all of it. And the fact that they did all that, but am I breaking up?
You paused for a couple of seconds there and then caught up. Your legs would do it like doing 1,000 RPM.
My laptop's having trouble for some reason. Like usual lately.
Not as much as Faith's laptop.
But
She just took her MacBook to the Apple store for repair. New display. She dropped it.
and then the women's race was between, at the finish it was Illy Gardner and Gabby Guerra, and can't remember the other girl's name, but she's the one that ended up winning. But Gabby Guerra ended up killing that race. She attacked right at the last bit of the last climb and then just sprinted all the way to the finish. And
Like 4 watts a kilo.
yeah, destroyed.
Morning, boys.
Morning, Ian.
A little more than that. And I was looking at the women's numbers and I'm like, wow. I remember there was a time when I would watch women's races and be like, hey, I might be competitive in that. And now I look at it and I'm like,
Oh,
I might come in 30th place. I don't think I would be competitive with that front lineup. Those guys were insane. Zwift Games just brings out a different kind of racer, though. It's the best of the best for sure.
Well, I'm over halfway through now.
I was watching Gabby's stream midweek last week, and she was training. Her training plan was, or her workout for that day was, for the finish of that, it was all hard pushing and then attacking and then recovering after. And it worked out. Her numbers are crazy. Gotta love it when you see someone who's lighter than you maintaining higher watts for longer than you.
You're talking Andy Jenner?
Yeah. I need to drop some weight. I've been saying that for a couple of years now, but here I am eating cookies.
Yeah, exercise is not going to do it. Or it seems
No.
research shows that the body burns more or less a constant number of calories every day.
Yeah.
It just uses it for defense. So it puts on an inflammation or something if you don't exercise. So
Yeah.
the only way forward is to eat less.
Yep. I will concur with that.
Or eat harder. There's yeah, because I'm constantly just like, I mean, it's said, right, that if you, carbs are not the problem, especially if you exercise, but even if you didn't, the problem is when you eat fats with carbs. I mean, I haven't done the research on this, but I heard it from a nutritionist. It must be true, right?
Was that one of those ads that you get on YouTube before you watch anything?
Yeah, but it was a long one.
So in between watching virtual
That gives it
cycling,
more
he gets these nutrition advice on YouTube.
Did you watch the actual cycling, the Milan San Remo?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh.
That was a good day of racing. Like all
Yeah.
of the races were just crazy to watch that I watched all day. TikTok. Yeah,
I watched the highlights for the Chinese Grand Prix.
I learned by watching, and by that I don't mean what? Okay. By that I don't mean watching TikTok. I mean watching my family watch TikTok.
There you go.
Being like, I don't want it. I don't want any of that nonsense. I was like, I already get stuck sometimes, like if I decide to look at my feed on Facebook and a reel pops up and I'm like, ooh, what's this? And then, thank you. I don't know, whatever. I try to avoid it. It's just right there. I hit it. Next thing I know, I'm like, whoa, 15 minutes later, what happened? I thought I was just gonna watch that and move on. So I don't need a whole app that's just that stuff. And Grace is a huge proponent of TikTok. She tells me all the time, Facebook Reels is worse. And she doesn't mean it because it's more addictive. She means it.
What happened in the steward's room later on? I'm missing something here. I watched like 8.5 minutes of the highlights and that's it. So. Spill the beans. You can't say that and not tell me what happened. Oh my. I guess I need to do some woogling and read up. Oh, a runner. Can I? I couldn't steer into them. Both Ferraris. Uh-oh. Huh.
Some guy here ran a $400,000 Ferrari into a tree yesterday.
Oh, nice.
He was probably not drinking or driving too fast, right?
I have no idea, but they seem to be leased, so people lease them for a day, and they have no
Yeah.
driving experience in fast cars, so they just spin off the road.
Yeah.
So what is extra rear skid plate wear point towards?
Suspension being too low. Oh,
Okay.
compliant.
So there is like a height limit or a
Yep.
lowering limit.
Yeah. Well, the closer it gets to the ground, the more ground effect you get pulling the car into the ground.
Yeah. Man, those things look pretty low to the ground as it is. I figured there was no rule with that. It was just a matter of using your own judgment on how much do you want to touch the ground. I would imagine that's probably a good way to like save the track.
So, yeah, a fun one then. I should go and see what videos I can find. Tatu lagi. Uno más. One more. Knockin. There you go. One for Jerry as well.
So are you ready for the facts? I think it's like 57 Fahrenheit outside today. The door is open. And days are longer than yours now. How do you feel about that?
Well, let's see how warm it is here. Or not. As the case may be, we're below freezing right now. 30 degrees.
I don't even want to talk about the weather here. It's just not even right. March is just so all over the place. Expected though. Everybody knows it. Maine in the winter is just that way. The entire north in the winter is this way. Really.
But the feudal system was abolished in the Middle Ages. You can just move away if you like.
Yeah. Well, this is the time I started thinking about it.
It's a bit chilly here today. It's 70.
Yeah. Well, you're on the downward, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we're in
There's
fall now.
validity to that. I get like that every year when September hits, and all of a sudden we like get a couple 70-degree days. I'm like, uh-oh, this is cold. All my coworkers call me crazy, but I'm like, no, like it's not cold. It's also you're really used to just wearing hardly anything.
I just saw someone on a Halo bike going in the opposite direction then. I think, what? Someone's got one already? That was one of the pace partners.
Is that one of the new Zwift bikes?
Yeah.
Oh, you're up. Sweet. I might not have to take Grace to school.
Nice.
Heidi stayed up
Can't
late
you
doing work.
talk
at
to get a
music.
ride?
Oh, we've done this talk before.
I mean, over here
No.
it's frowned upon
Doesn't.
if you don't let your kids cycle to school.
That would be cool.
Especially today. Well, literally.
I mean, the one issue here is, like, I would even kind of be like, whew, okay, here we go. Time to cycle to Grace's school. Like, I'm fine with my normal rides, but that's hitting all sorts of different complicated places to ride through with no system.
That's how you learn about
At the same time, that's what I did when I was a kid. There was no place that was too dangerous. The only thing
Hey, well, that
kept me
pace
off
pattern
of
is on the
the interstate-
rollerblade bike.
I think the only thing that kept me off of the interstate was maybe because I knew I wasn't supposed to go on it, but maybe I also just didn't think of it.
The thing that kept me out of the interstate going to the airport was a guy pulling up and making a civil arrest of me.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I would have found out.
Oh no, I've missed my chance
Of
to
course,
use my
it was different then. People,
draft boost and
Cool.
get something else before the climb. Oh well.
either they would have had to pull out their bag phone,
Aero boost.
or they would have had to go find a pay police about it.
Yes, Nick, very strange design. I don't know how I feel about that one.
So these new
Time to
bikes
do
you have
some
buy,
climbing.
or they have
Maybe there's just
bikes you have to earn.
Both.
Yeah.
You got to do a shed load of work to upgrade bikes, and once you've got 3 upgraded from a particular manufacturer, then you can buy the Halo bike.
Yeah. What's special about the Halo bike?
So the Pinarello Espada is probably the fastest on the flat, but if there's any climbs involved, then maybe not.
yeah,
There's the Specialized
the
Project
Specialized-
74.
78
74.
or whatever. I thought that was the fastest one on the flat,
Yeah,
or maybe it's both of them. I don't know.
yeah, the Pinarello is a TT bike, I think, Owen.
The Canyon got a lot faster because they actually went out and tested the bikes in a wind tunnel, so they had to edit all the figures.
Yeah. Thing is, I don't know. Just interesting that Specialized once again made the top of the list, and it was their wind tunnel. And you know,
What are you
they're
trying to say?
obviously paying the most money.
It's a free market. Everybody can put a wind tunnel to their disposal. I don't see the problem there.
That
Rick's
is-
got a wind tunnel when he eats beans.
But Trek is so far down the list.
He's ignoring me.
I wonder if that's actually. I wonder if I'd like to see the actual numbers, you know. But Trek does have to pay up, and they're obviously not. I actually got into this the other day. I was mentioning how Trek is not doing a very good job of marketing, which I get that their model isn't based off of that, but maybe they should work on that.
It's an American product. Who's going to buy it?
7 times Tour de
But,
France
like-
winner, baby.
Thing I heard was Well, but I see trucks everywhere, and I was like, well, yeah, and that's probably what they're betting on right now. They're hedging on, but is the fact that they do have so many shops and all that stuff, so they can keep their sales up. But I feel like Zwift is a great market to tap into. I know Zwift was one of the main reasons why I really wanted to fork out that much money for a bike.
Because you want to have your bike match your Zwift guy?
Oh yeah, just getting that whole like more exposure to that there are nicer bikes, and the nicer bikes really do make a difference. Because to me at that point, I was like, man, you know, $1,200, that's a nice bike. And it was for me at the time. Until I sat on the Amanda and pedaled that. And then I was like, wow, that thing's garbage. They sold me $1,200 worth of garbage. That deserves to be on a trainer.
I have my best bike on the trainer. I'm not gonna ride some crap on Swiss.
I've
I
got
do
my
have to
only
say-
bike on the trainer.
I do. Those specialized bikes, those SL series, they look very nice. Those frames have been looking real good for a while.
But it has to be
A lot of the
eSports,
guys
doesn't
that
it?
I
Not
ride with.
specialized.
Oh yeah, S-Works, that's a whole other thing. But yes, it would be nice. But yeah, but a lot of the guys that I ride with, the shop that one of the really good local rides is coming out of is a specialized shop. So a lot of those guys have SL7s and stuff. And yeah, I always look at them and think, kind of like that frame shape better than my Amanda. But I just really like the Amanda.
So talk to them because they just lost all their exports, so they probably have a lot of bikes they want to sell now.
Nice.
Well, Specialized and Giant
Yeah.
are supposedly in trouble.
Well, I will reap the benefits off of that. If I can. Too bad I'm not in the market to buy a new bike. Since
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
just
in the
buying
market for a new truck bike.
everybody- Everybody's in the market for a new bike.
Well, that's £10 a gram, Owen.
I don't
That's,
think any parent doing cheer for their kid is in the market for a new bike. Actually, no, that's not true. Some of those people some of the parents on the team look like they're doing all right.
Yeah, I can do math, even though it's, 6:25.
Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, and you can ride the lightest bikes ever. And until you turn yourself into an S-Works, doesn't really matter how light your bike is. Like, I can have the most aero bike, but until I can have the flexibility to really hold a good aero position, how much of that is being wasted?
Yeah, when you do lose
I don't
some,
have
Owen, I
that
don't want
thought.
it, okay? I could do with losing a bit as well. I already said this.
Yeah, I could use with a little less fat percentage. I think my weight's pretty decent right now. I'm sitting like right around 70 kilos. And that's where I don't want to go any lighter this year. It's going to be a job not to, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to like keep up with keeping my upper body a little bulked up somewhat with weights, maybe. Right now, I'm struggling just to do my normal core strengthening stuff, so I don't know why I'm talking about other things, but
Well, just think how much it'd be if you hadn't cut your hair off the line.
yeah. Yeah, I think getting down to 67 kilos was nice for looking at my watts per kilo on Zwift, but that is, I mean, that's a bit too light for me. I was definitely
Dude,
in
you'd
a
be
bit of-
lighter than me by a lot. You're way taller.
Yeah, that's what I was in November, October, pretty much after the summer. All
57
that riding
kilos?
in the heat.
No, he means
No.
67.
Oh,
Did I say
60.
57?
Okay.
Yeah.
But okay, just to take it away, Andy Jenner, which is your height and my height, 58
Yeah.
kilos.
Yeah. But
Wow.
Andy can't do a push-up.
Well, he tries in the morning, but I mean, he only has to lift upper body weight of, I don't know, 30 kilos, so does it count?
But yeah, at that point, I was definitely like, I lost a lot of muscle mass in my upper body.
Oh, yeah.
And then part of me also thinks that potentially that caused some of the weakening that ended up making me hurt my back, but it was
Yeah.
probably also just winter and being lazy, but and being on the trainer.
Well, you gotta do the core work if you're dropping down that light.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was doing a little, but like there became a point where I was just riding, like just time gets in the way, and with
Yeah.
how much I was riding. But yeah, if I can just stay on top of like the eating enough, I need to come up with a better eating plan.
But even doing 10 to 15 minutes of core 3 or 4 times a week is going to be useful. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that big time after my back injury. Like, even without like a core, well, yeah, I guess the routines I do, the strengthening routines I do, they are all focused on core, but they go like I've always thought of core as, okay, you just get like the midsection. A lot of,
Yeah.
but there's like, it goes through all of the things and how you're strengthening your back and you're
Your
strengthening
hamstrings.
everything.
Yeah.
And man, it was amazing how much of a difference that's made. And then now that I've been kind of slacking off of it in the last week or so,
Mhm.
starting to feel a little more sore in the mornings.
Yeah, same. I did a workout competition on Friday, and it was a 400-meter run, 50 pull-ups, 200-meter farmer's carry with 50-pound kettlebells. And then, what was it? 50 dips, 100 push-ups, 50 knees to elbow hanging from the bar, 100 sit-ups, and a 400-meter run.
Wow. How'd that go?
I won, but the hanging from the bars, I did a different version than what they were intending, so mine's a little harder.
Yeah.
And my biceps are killing me. Still.
You were out there winning the thing while doing harder stuff. You're like, look at this,
Yeah.
guys. One hand. I'm gonna use my chin on the bar. Tie my hands, somebody, please.
So on page 1 in the Married Woman reference book, there's a list of cautions. And the first one is, your middle-aged husband starts to work out his upper body.
I think we're past middle age, aren't we? So we're okay.
Yeah, but I don't work out my upper body because I want to be a climber. So. I
'Cause
don't
Uber
say I'm a
doesn't wanna
climber. I
be-
say I want to be a climber.
Yeah. Uber doesn't want to be attacked by all the ladies, so he doesn't work out as everybody.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know the ladies here in Holland. We have almost equal rights, so they are ferocious.
You know, in one way, I am looking forward to the day that I could like go to the store and not have eyes or not care if I have some eyes stop on me for a moment of the opposite gender. But at this point, I like it. It's nice. It's like, hey, I still
After a
got it.
while, you
All
just
right,
get
thank
used
you.
to it.
Just move down with your father in Miami or wherever he won't live. So I don't think we will have any problems there.
I think my dad still gets the look. He's like 70
Whoa.
something. So, yeah, he's
Yeah, but that's at the country club. It's not down the supermarket.
It's the supermarket in the residential compound of the old folks' home.
Oh yeah.
It is funny because my
Active senior community.
my dad he lives in a condo, and so like they have the pool down there, and he'll go down and like during the day he'll talk to the guys and whatnot, but then like later on as the wives come down, they all start flocking around him because he's just entertaining like that, I guess.
Hope you said flocking then.
So I wouldn't say the guys flock to him, but next thing you know, he's hanging out with all the wives, and the guys are over there talking about whatever they're talking about.
Oh, there's a couple of events on
We call that wisdom.
Hilltop Hustle. There's one at 2 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, I know he's going to be leading that as well.
You're gonna do a ride at 2 a.m.
No, I'm going to leave my computer running so that, and Zwift running so that 5 minutes before it automatically puts me in the pen, and then I can ride it when I get up in the morning.
Ah,
Bad life.
with nobody else around.
Exactly.
Yeah. Essentially what I'm doing right now. But I do love the idea right now of doing my workout, getting spins every time I go around, and getting more drops, and then also
Oh man, you can do a workout in the
leveling
big
up
stand.
yeah. If you join just the route,
Ah,
you can either you can only join the route, because if you ever join halfway, it doesn't give you a spin on that one, but if you continue all the way around, it will give you a spin on the next one.
Yeah,
As
Owen's
many
right.
times as you can circle it.
Owen says that I ride at 2 a.m. every day, Ian. It's
yeah,
always 2 a.m. somewhere in the world.
that's true.
What, Australia right now, right? Maybe.
No.
You
Yeah.
guys should all move to China if you want gamification in your life. There you get the full package.
But as many times as you go around the route, you still get spins.
Oh man, all right. Nice to know for next workout.
I haven't ridden Big Spin yet this morning. I still need the kit. But I won't be unhappy if I don't get it.
I did get the kit on this one, but I don't have any of the other ones. I mean, maybe I should be spinning the other ones, but I only want ones that are a loop, and I'm so tired of that London one. So pretty much this is the only option. So far, this one's been treating me well.
That Deuce.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that route.
there's something about it. too much climbing, especially since I'm trying to get distance to upgrade this SL8.
Yeah.
I'm 10th at the moment. I guarantee I will not be 10th by the finish of this ride. Guy on the front's doing 5.3 watts a kilo. I'm not. Yeah, I need to fill bottles as well. They're both empty.
It is cold out. Looking out the window like, is there frost? So tough to tell.
Yeah,
One
it's cold
morning
out, so maybe
wake
don't
up.
go to school in your pajamas.
Is there any kind of atmosphere there, Rick?
Cool.
Owen will get that one. Nick probably as well.
Is it a bit frosty atmosphere?
Surprised it's not frosty at all. That's weird.
And we'll have goldfish shoals nibbling at our toes as well. If Rick and Ian are like, what on earth is he talking about?
Andy's having a stroke,
Oh.
everybody. You just witnessed it live.
Oh, Nick and Owen will get
One of
that.
those-
They're bound
one of
to.
those
Come on.
British things.
I stopped
me-
preoccupying myself with breeze people are talking about years ago.
Yeah.
Prove to me, Nick and Owen, that you knew what I was talking about there. Come on.
Even they're like, dude, he's stroking out.
It's a small off-duty Czechoslovakian traffic warden.
Did it freeze?
Come on, that's another hint. No. No, come on, Owen, Nick. Put me out of my misery. Tell me you know what I was talking about.
All right, boys, I'm off to run. I'll see you guys later.
Ian's had enough.
Yeah. See you guys.
See you, Ian.
Bye. Ian thinks I said I love you to him. I did. You know what? I'll back that. I said I love you to Ian and to Grace at the same time.
No, I think Nick and Owen are ignoring me now.
I think you got Owen's attention.
Yeah. Well, I just gave you a shed load of quotes from Red Dwarf, Owen, and I was hoping that you would identify it. Rick said, it's cold outside. So I asked if there was any kind of atmosphere.
So painful.
All right, Nick, you're excused. That's right. So then I asked if maybe there was goldfish shoals nibbling at our toes. And one of my favourite scenes from Red Dwarf. It's a small off-duty Czechoslovakian traffic warden. Oh, I know there's a bit in between. So my wireless networks are called Flibble. On.
There we go.
So what is it? Yeah. There are so many funny moments from that show. Well, I guess if I've got a draft boost, I use it as a large blob passes me.
Hey, we got rated.
We did. Who rated us? Let's have a look. I need to sort the notifications out on here. XPCX, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome all.
Ah.
No, I did. And give it a couple of minutes and that one will work as well. I've had that one work. There you go. I was talking about my internal firewall on the ODZ entry yesterday, and it not working. Yes, it did, Nick. You know, 8 minutes into, actually I'm 8 minutes in, I guess. We are, 15 minutes in and someone's already complaining about late joiners on the big spin. Ooh. Well, this should make a nice dent in the first 200 kilometers for this bike. For the upgrade. Should be close to
Which one are you on now?
Dogma.
Dogma.
It should be somewhere close to 3/4 done for the first stage. I don't know that I've watched that one. Send me in a message what it's called and I'll see if I can find it. Is it something that's family friendly? If it is, then I might have to get it for the to watch with the girls sometime. Thank you. I've already got a few to watch with them. I got Brave. We haven't watched that yet. And The Terminal. Last time I was there, I watched the first Venom. Still got the second one of those to watch. Oh, okay. No, 75k to the next upgrade. So we'll be almost 3/4 of the way on this first stage. Ooh. If Blue Smarties made a cartoon. Well, you know, and only Smarties have the answer. Oh, back to the finish now. I'm going to beg Zwift to give me the kit this time. The only thing I haven't got. Ooh. 10k to go. I think I'm in need of another cookie.
I'm just thinking that I never put any hydration tabs into my bottle.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, I need those.
You live in the US, you get plenty of salt.
I'm okay with this. I'm being pulled along right now. The guys behind us catching up. 5 watts a kilo. So
I do have to say, things on Zwift lately have been very entertaining. There's always something to be chasing. A lot more than for a while there. It was kind of like, well, now what are we going to do? Right now, I'm chasing 3 things at once: a workout, chasing fitness, and chasing leveling up on a bike, and getting sprints. Truly is a golden age.
we've
When I
got
started the ride, I had 75 kilometers left to get stage 2.
we're coming up on the late join limit. And although I've not got people passing me, I'm slipping down.
Yeah. Are you gonna? You should complain about it in the chat.
Oh, there's already been people complaining. What the heck?
Man,
It's
hard to
not a
believe
race.
Hard to believe I was doing this power. Last year I would do this power. My heart rate would be like in the 20s or 120s. Sometimes even like in the high 1 teens.
Yeah, if it was in the 20s, Rick, I'd be worried.
Yeah. Now I'm happy that I'm in the 130s and just barely poking out the 140s. This is a huge improvement right now over how it has been lately. If you look at my timeline graph on Garmin, there's a lot of orange on there. So I've been like hitting the orange, mostly like tempo, some threshold, and a couple VO2s. But just like 2 weeks of that, at least, maybe even 3. And then now all of a sudden I'm incorporating the blues and it seems like it's working well. Or not incorporating, but focusing on zone 2. And then I'm gonna work into the building after I do this for, I don't know how long, I think it may be a week.
I keep reaching for a bottle to get a drink and I haven't got one. It's empty.
There.
Oh, cheers, Rick. Thank you. Can you drink it for me as well?
Usually for zone 2 I would have put 1 tab in each bottle. But since I didn't put a tab in one bottle, I put 2 in the other bottle.
I did that the other day. So I've got my 2 Zwift bottles here and I put about 1/3 of a scoop of powder in each one normally. And I took them to the faucet, filled them up. First one I filled up, I looked in it, I'm thinking, that looks really clear. Tasted it. No powder in it. I put 2 scoops in one bottle and none in the other.
Yeah, this is like a race mixture. Or like a, long tempo effort mixture.
We're closing in on the blob ahead. And I've gone from being below 200th to being 260th now.
Man, I'm looking like I'm getting there. Today is exciting me. I'm liking this. Heart rate's like not seeing any drift. I am only an hour 30 in. I shouldn't be seeing drift, considering how much I ride. But lately,
All right, Nick.
I'm not surprised.
Thank you for joining, my friend. Have a good day.
Go do an IT call. I will see you around the chats. I always see Nick at least once in my chat roamings. Today I have a busy day. One, because we have more work to do again. Last week was a bit of an easier week. but also because I have a whole bunch of appointments today. So I'm going to be running around and trying to do my work at work in between. Wow, that's crazy. I can tell the accuracy of this heart rate monitor when every time I burp, it drops my heart rate way down. And then it goes back up.
Burp again.
Immediate.
What happens if you do like
You know
4
when I have
burps,
another-
one after the other?
Well, that was 2 of them, and I dropped 10 beats per minute, pretty much. So this is always the point of riding where I start to feel good too, which now my heart rate's kind of showing that. The only problem is I think if I do hard efforts in the beginning, it's tough to get my heart rate back down. Has been a long time since I've just done zone 2 workouts to make sure that I don't spike. There must be some sort of benefit to that. If nothing else, just to give me the reassurance that I'm doing fine. There's nothing wrong with me. Because I've been really struggling with that lately. Feeling like something is seriously wrong with me.
When you're running along and you think all is fine, this is when major things happen in my experience.
Yeah. I would agree. Yeah, this year is definitely, I mean, obviously, the year you're on, and if there's any struggle, that's always seems like more struggle than usual. And I'm trying to think back to last year how it felt. But this year just feels like there's been a lot of struggles to my fitness. Every time I start getting ahead, something sets me back. So I feel like it might have been that way last year too. And I am more fit than I was last year at this moment, or at least stronger.
Yeah, but I think last year you wanted some kind of FTP booster or something, which didn't bring you anywhere. So maybe that's what made it so easy.
I did do that.
You were not progressing.
I did that build me up. So I think I was switching through a couple different ones, which I do plan on doing build me up this year, but I'm going to do it differently because I learned a lot last year. And I'm not going to let it decide what I'm doing. I'm going to use it as like a guideline of where should I be at in my build. And then, because I feel like it does follow a good timeline, but you also have to be your own coach and decide, is this good for me right now?
You need to throw some extremes in there, some variations. So do a race every once in a while, outside ride. Yeah, that's why.
It is.
A bit of variation is good because you don't progress unless you make an extraordinary effort, in my opinion. Especially with these FTP trainers, you plateaued, and everything is nice, and you're cruising along, but you're not really progressing.
Yeah.
Or do a TT with Andy. That's another extreme thing to do.
For me, the tough thing is, build me up is so, it does take a lot. Like, it's weird. It doesn't seem like it's that much when you're looking at it, but then you start getting into these workouts where you do like 3 workouts a week that are like, wow, that was an effort. And you don't really feel like doing efforts after that. But I think this year I'm gonna also, like with it, add in like durability training and stuff. That did wonders for me last summer.
It's also, I only feel really tired when I've been outside because there's all these micro bursts. I don't know. Swift is just more smooth. So I can do a lot of training effort, but it's not like I come home and I lie on the couch and I cannot move. But if I've been outside for a 100-mile ride or something, then it's like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I notice when I'm outside, it's a lot less focus on my numbers. I'll glance down every so often, but mostly I'm focused on, not dying and not hitting stuff.
The best is confondos and group stuff, because I'm so focused on not being dropped. So I actually don't feel the effort at all. It's only when I get back that I realize it was pretty tough.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those will do it. Hard group rides. They'll, they put out extreme. You don't realize just how much effort you're doing, and it seems like it's over so quickly.
Yeah, I have that after riding for 5 hours. I said, where did the time go? I cannot, it's impossible to fix it. But I mean, you're so into it. If you're with a fast group, just staying with them, or at least I am. I'm never on the front.
On the group ride, on the Wednesday night group ride here. Not every ride, but most of them this year. There was at least one point where I would be like, am I going to be able to hang for this entire group? And I hope that everybody else feels that at least once.
Yeah, I'm sure they do, but the thing is, you shouldn't sink those thoughts, because then it happens.
Yeah. And that's always, it happens in just about every race I do too. I have that one moment, usually right in the middle. And then somehow I scrub it from my mind.
Oh well.
And continue on. But...
No kit for me.
That's how it works. Ask Justin about the minus sign wheels.
Why are allergies so bad here? My stepmom,
That's good. That means the spring is on the way.
Well, it's been happening for a while. I've been taking allergy medicine since like January. I had a moment where I was like, am I getting a cold? Realized, wait, this might be allergies. And so I don't understand what creates the allergies, but like my stepmom, she was up from Florida for a couple of days for a funeral. She said that she's been fine in Florida. Like she was even moving up a huge pile of pollen last week and was fine. And then she comes to Maine and she can't breathe.
Yeah, but I mean, these pollens, they travel like 1,000 miles or something, especially in the early spring, because it's trees. So they could be from anywhere. Over here, they're from Ukraine. So
I think it's all the farts from Boston, from all the Boston baked beans.
Sue them.
They just travel right along up here. Oh, 100K
all right, folks.
for my upgrade. Okay.
I guess it's time for me to go and get some breakfast, so I'm going to pull the stream down. I'll be back with Rick and you for probably tomorrow. Until then, take care, have yourself a great Monday. Bye for now.
I've been treading water for some time, picking up the parts of all my life. Didn't get to solve it this time. How am I to break apart? Don't tell me why we can't collide.